Hi guys, so I'm just making a how to cast a bait caster video, and I've just got this $100 combo of a bait caster spooled up with some little 10-pound mono on a 6-foot Manic 6 to 8 kilo, 15 to 25 gram rod, and the reel is a 6.61 gear ratio Manic. And so let's get into settings first. So on a bait caster, you've got 3 knobs. You've got the windy thing, obviously. You've got the drag. You got the kind of the brakes, but these are the actual brakes. So what these do is they slow down the spinning of the spool on this side. That's them. I usually crank them all the way up and then back like 3 notches. This thing, I always crank it all the way up and then back like a turn and a half. And the drag, I always have that like just enough to where I can pull it comfortably. And yeah, that's the settings really quick. And yeah, so let me get in how to cast it. That went decent distance. Sorry if you couldn't see that. My camera sucks. But so when you're casting a bait caster, what you're gonna do is, I'm left-handed, so I put it in my hand like that, hand over the spool, and that there is the bail. So you click that down, hold your hand on the thing so it doesn't drop, otherwise it'll just like go. But hang on, I've got a slight tangle. So that's what happens with bait casters, you get tangles when you learn to cast. So you put your finger there, click the bail, wind it back, and you're going to want to slowly with your thumb, wait there, hang on. You're going to slowly with your thumb, you're just going to want to put like the smallest amount of pressure on your reel. And I just keep going till you're comfortable with your current settings. Just trial and error really. And I've only got some cheap line I got about 4 years ago, about a kilometre for like $10. So it's not even top of the grade stuff. Reel's cheap, rod's cheap, line's cheap, works well. So I'll just get this in, and then with the drag, when you're fighting a fish, you're going to want to have it at whatever pound line you have. So I've got 10 pound on this, that's about 10 pound pressure, thereabouts. Hang on, let me just get a slight, okay, so yeah, 10 pound pressure, but this line, well this reel originally had 30 pound braid, which on a, hang on, wait there. Sorry, I got stuck in a bush, but on a bait caster you're going to want braid, otherwise you do hurt your thumb a bit when you're doing it. As you can see, where's the camera? Okay, my camera sucks and you can't see it, but I've burnt my thumb on mono just because it's plastic. Braid, you have no problem with it, but yeah, it's just really always comes down to practice. But something you're going to want to have for, again, once you've got it in the water, you're going to want your reel to be spooled up with braid. If you can, braid can get expensive. Just get some off eBay or whatever. And have just less than a rod length of leader. So I always get the leader up to my rod tip. And then I have it start about here, just so it doesn't go onto the spool, and yeah, then you're just not putting the knot through the guider. And how can I show you the guider? So if you look just there, that is what you're going to put your line through, spooling it on, and when you're casting, because otherwise, so I've got a slight nick there, but let me just, and otherwise it's just going to spool on really unevenly. So that's what you're going to want. But leader, you're going to want to have it just under a rod length, and make sure your lures are whatever the cast weight of your rod is. See if I can get the specs to show up on screen there, but there we go. So mine is a 15 to 25 gram. And so yeah, I've been able to throw little like 2.5 inch lures on a 1/8 jig head. So you don't have to go too strict on it, but it just means you can cast it a lot easier if you go by the cast weight. But yeah. Now, I'm going to go through, once I wind this in, how to get a bird's nest out. So, you're casting a bait cast in. Everybody gets it, even the pros. They make one bad cast and they get a bird nest. You can see all the lines loose. So you're going to want to pull it all out. You don't have to cut anything, but just pull it out. And if you feel resistance, which hopefully there is in this bird's nest, I'll show you how you can get that out. Whatever you do, do not pull it. Once there's resistance, don't pull it at all. Otherwise the knot will just go further down into the spool, so like further down, and you won't be able to get it out. So, okay, there wasn't one in there. But what you're going to want to do is if it knots up, you're going to want to find the knot, well, the twist. You're going to want to grab it. There's not one there, but you're going to want to grab it, pull it out, and then pull your line. And if that doesn't work, try it again, pull the thing out a bit more. And what happens is, because it back spools on itself, a bait caster, if it does that, it can get all intertangled with each other. So you just pull it out, pull it through, and yeah, that sorts out one thingy at a time. But one time, well, I've had it happen 2 times, where it's just so bad that just got to take all the line off, which happens rarely. But I've only had this for like a month and a half, and I'm casting it about 30 meters, and I'd say in feet, like 60, 65 feet maybe, and yeah, so it really just comes down to practice. Some people it takes them years to learn, but yeah, that's about it for a baitcaster tutorial. If you think of anything else that you're going to want to ask me to explain, just go into the comments and ask me. Yeah, just ask me. And if the comments don't work on this video, sometimes they don't work in my videos, but just go on to another one and it might have a comment. But that's about it. So like and subscribe. See you next time.